All right, my friends, I am back and we are about to play in our favorite AI software called Suno. Suno Studio. Ever since Udio decided to betray you, oh dear, that's not nice. Sorry. All right, let's jump into Suno. Let's hit Studio. Let's jump straight into Suno Studio. Now we're in studio and it should open up to a new track because I had a new track open the last time I was in here. And we're going to play around on the piano. What I am going to do is work a little bit here to create some songs. And I'm going to try to put Suno to the test. I'm going to try to make it a little bit intense, like give it something to think about. So let's get started. For those of you that have never been in here, let's make it bigger. Oh, that is way big. All right, so over here, we are going to choose, we're going to hit those dots and we're going to rename this piano. Hit rename, and I am going to select from the drop down the USB audio out of this keyboard, and I should be looking for Portable Grand. Let's see if we can find it. Portable Grand, there we go. So I'm just going to hit Portable Grand, and then we're going to hit that dot there to arm the track. There's the red button, and over here we have the possibility of playing to a metronome or not. Like you can hear the metronome or not. So let's do a couple of experiments. Let's try one with a metronome and one without the metronome. Let's click on that. We're going to do manual, and I'm guessing something around 90 should be good. So that's kind of what I'm going to be hearing when I'm recording. And we can always undo over here at the top. So I'm going to undo what was recorded so I can start from a fresh slate. And I'm going to try to give Suno something to think about. I'm going to try to give it a run for its money in terms of the composition. Okay? So here we go. And I'll let you see what I'm doing from overhead for those of you keyboard nerds. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and stop. Okay. And we have the pleasure of listening to the track with the metronome to make sure it is actually following the metronome. Actually, using the metronome is helpful, but if you're doing something freer, you may not want to use a metronome. So let's listen. Let's see if it worked. So what the metronome will do for me here is be able to guide putting this properly against the beat, and that's going to help the first part of the song for sure. So let's try to get it just where it started, and we can move it right on the meter. So right there, if you're able to see it, we're going to move it just a little bit. Hold down the control key and just try to get it right on there. Pretty much is on the metronome. Let's move this back. And now we're done with the first track. We can add whatever we like and add a track. I'm going to make this a saxophone. Oh, actually, you know what? I should probably do it how I would do it when I sequence. So if I was going to sequence a song, I would typically put a bass down. So you might be wondering why there was a little bit of a delay in the sync. And this happens all the time with audio, that when you're recording from one device, there's some latency. It just happens. So I'm not blaming Suno for that. That's just due to latency. All right, so let's go ahead and select this area. And I'm going to choose, actually drums should come first. So let's do drums. What kind of drums? I'll just say ballad or jazzy ballad. Easygoing and free. All right, hit create. That's 10 credits, by the way, but I'm not really moved by the large amount of credits. That's twice as much it would take for a song. So if you're doing a song in version 5, it would be 5 credits, but this is twice that, which is 10 credits. That's a lot, but I'm not really bothered by it. And I just realized you probably didn't hear the piano playing. So I had the audio muted so that I wouldn't have any feedback, but you'll get to hear it this time. I think we've got the drums now. Let's check it out. Isn't that so strange? So it kind of was off. And then it got back on and realigned itself. That's very odd. Let's listen one more time. You see, so things like that create a little bit of work for you. I'm going to have to cut this drum track. I'm going to have to split it because it's not right. This first part is not right. So let's see how I can fix that. I can fix this by either moving it up or down. So if I move it up, because of these meters, this is actually quite convenient. I didn't realize these were here. I think this might be a version 1 thing. But anyway, let's listen. I think I might have fixed it. Okay. So it's almost there. but there's a few of them that are still a bit off. Let's see, maybe over here. Everything seemed to be okay after that. So maybe I could split that and I can move this here. And then back this into it. Let's see if it works. Okay, I see where this has gone off. It's almost like you become a surgeon trying to graft things on. And I can see where this has now gone off. So this needs to be moved. And maybe this. And maybe like that. That might work. Let's see. So it was doing well up to a point. Yeah. I can see what happened. Yep, I can see what happened. So this kick needs to be moved up like that. And then that, maybe this might make it good. You see all the trouble you got to go through for this thing. Let's try it from the beginning. So that became a little bit sped up. Let's see. Now it seems to be aligned. Not bad, nice fills. That's good. Oh, there's a bass. I didn't realize there was a bass snuck in there. That's not bad. That was actually... yeah, that was actually good following along. Now, if only Suno can get things to sync. Because this is very good. Moises couldn't do this. Don't get me opening Moises to demonstrate it. Moises couldn't do that. So in terms of accuracy and just being spot on, Suno is really good. When you think about it, it's as though I'm teaching it my music, and it's getting it immediately. It's understanding the vibe. It's following the prompt. It's going ballad mode, making it jazzy, and fitting all the notes and the musical expression. Like you heard those places where I was climbing up the scale in those 9th or 11th chords, and you heard what it was doing. Hear that? I gotta give it to Suno, despite the annoyance of having to sync everything. I didn't even notice that the bass was in there. focusing so much on the drums, but the bass sounds very good as well. And it preempted what I was going to ask it for. Now, one of the cool things about version 1.1 is you can actually go into the EQ. Let's do that right now. So let me get out of the way on that right hand side, and let's go over to the EQ, because I want to really show you what the EQ can do over here. So if we've got this track selected, let's hope it's gonna get all of it, not just a bit. I want all of it. I hope it does all of it. Okay. So I'm going to work on the equalization a little bit, because it's mixed drums and bass, which is okay, but it's not giving me the highs I need in the drums enough. So let's try and do something about that. You hear that? Let's try it again. All right, now let's go over to this. One more time. All right, let's put it all together. All together. All right, now the only thing I'm missing that I would have really liked to see is the ability to add maybe a little bit of reverb. You know, if I was able to add a little bit of reverb to the piano, that would be cool, but it's all good. Let me go ahead and add another track, and let's bring this down, and let's add let's keep it around there. Let's add a woodwind. Let's add jazzy alto flute. Do not add any other instrument. Okay. Good luck with that, Phil. Who knows what this thing is going to do, but I'm going to go ahead, hit create. Let's get that off. Let's change the color so that we know where we are with the EQ. And I think giving it that drum and bass layer hopefully will give the flute what it needs to stay on track. Let's check it out. Let's see. All right, come on now. Wow. Oh. Wow. Wow, wow. Honestly, there's a higher level of reward for the musician. I mean, even if no one else digs the jam, I'm digging it. It's speaking to me because, you know, when you put your heart and soul into a piece and you have the AI talk back to you, wow. It's like, you know, I've had my run-ins with Suno, and I know it's capable of a lot. I mean, it's capable of pretty much anything that you can imagine musically. And I know this because I've done everything with it. I've done rock, I've done hip hop, I've done trap, I've done jazz, I've done bebop, I've done fusion, I've done pop, I've done all the styles. And even the most crazy of all, I mean, I've done avant-garde piano. I'll show you an experiment in a little bit. Let's do one more track. I got some plans for Suno. He doesn't know what it's in for. Okay, let's add a track. And this one is going to be, actually, for the flute, I should have said flute. Let's just say flute. All right. That was really nice. I was blown away by that. This one is just going to be some good strings. Let's rename it. And let's select what we want. And let's look for strings. And I'm going to say cinematic wide panned orchestral strings. Violins, cellos. Actually, let's go a step further. Wide pan. Let's just call it an orchestra, and let's have strings, horns, soft horns. Let's see if you can pull this off. Soft timpani. All right, and clarinet, widely panned, and soft. I don't want it to give me anything jarring. Let's see how good Suno's gonna be. Let's put this, let's get that pink as well. And now we have all the colors that we can use to detect. So with the flute, pretty much, let's go with one of these, warm. Yeah, let's listen. Just want to get that flute sound. That is just ridiculous, I'm telling you. That sounds really good. Really good. Alright, let's check out this whole thing. Wow. Okay. It got a bit lost. Okay. All right. I see what happened. It got a little bit lost. Maybe a little bit at the beginning and towards the end. Okay, right there. That's where it started getting a little bit lost. So let's see if we can fix this. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Woo! Yes. Woo! Yes, sir. That's it. That's it. That's it. Man, I don't mind sacrificing a little bit of time to get such a beautiful rendition on that piano piece by all the instruments. They all did really well. So you weren't even hearing the flute. Let's put the flute in. Let's check it all out. Actually, let's do a solo of the strings just to. I probably don't want to panic because woo! I like that. I like that. That is just ridiculous. All right, let's hear it all. Oh my goodness. I love that piece. I love it. I love it. It sounds so good. So when you hear people say dumb things like you're stealing, I composed the entire thing, but the additions were brought in by AI. So who did I steal from? My own composition. It's like an accompaniment keyboard glorified 100x. That's really what this is. So you can't categorize all use of AI as theft. Some of it, of course, granted, they are stealing, especially with those unsolicited covers, where they're trying to defraud the system. But items, tools like this that just help you build a new idea, that ain't stealing. That ain't stealing. Anyway, I know I'm preaching to the choir. A lot of you folks watching already know this. Let's export full song. Here we go. Boom. Full song. Full song coming up. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to find that song. Yeah. This is the song. I can't believe I didn't give it a name. I didn't give it a name. I gotta name that thing. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's give the project a name at least. Respect the project. Give it a name. Give it a name. All right. We're going to call it Elegance. Okay. And we're going to go back to library. And we're going to name it. Name it. Song details. This is going to be called Elegance Original. Save it. Now, this is where Suno is quite unbeatable. And Udio, I know a lot of people keep saying in its early days it was good. And while I understand that, but Udio couldn't do what I just did. He could. And I don't know if he'll ever get it as accurately. Suno is just crazy. Something is up with Suno in a good way. In a good way. Okay, so I'm going to do a cover and no lyrics. I mean, I could write lyrics. I could put some lyrics to this. I could use my machine to do some lyrics, just get some ideas. But for now, let's just do, let's just do something instrumental. So, a jazzy ballad with flute, soprano, sax. I feel like a kid in a candy store, I'm telling you. Alto sax, solos, and nylon string guitar solos, lush strings, and gorgeous, heavenly sounding orchestra. And 7 minutes long, because I know it probably wants to give me something quick. So I'm going to do two renditions of it. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, we want it 100%. I want it near 100% for that as well. And this is going to be version 5. Let's do that. And then this other one is going to be 4.5 Pro. My favorite, the one that always gets it right. The one that doesn't hallucinate. And I should probably have gotten out of the way so you can see what I'm doing there. Apologize. Let's get myself out of the way so you can see what is going on. Okay, so we're going to do 4.5 now. And let's listen just to a few snippets of it. So we got, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 to listen to. Okay, let's take it off that. Yeah, this is already cooking. Why don't we just listen in? Here goes. part 2. Sounding really nice, and it did get it up to 6 minutes. That was really good for that first one. Let's check out the others. Here is version 2. That's sweet. Yeah, that sounds really, really good. Sounds pretty natural, if you ask me. All right, let's go to 4.5. Oh, that was 4.5. Oh dear, I dread to see what 5 has done. 5, please don't. Don't do what you normally do. Behave this time. All right, let's check it out. A more refined sound. Let's keep our eye on it though. See? So hallucination right there. Though it sounds good, but ooh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, come on now. Okay. Come on, Earl. You see those? You see, this is the problem with 5. It does such brilliant, clean work, but it hiccups and hallucinates. And we didn't hear that in 4.5. You see, this is why I'm a little bit weary of 5. Let's listen. The second one. Sounds clean. See, I like that. It nice. Ooh, that's lovely. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. A little bit off on one of those chords. No changes. Come on now. I like the variation. It's pretty clean. So far, so good. Okay. Nice. Okay. It's not bad at all. It didn't capture the a major part of the composition. All the others did, but this one didn't. But I'm fine with that. I just look at it as a variation inspired by the original. So that's actually not bad at all. So the 4.5s are more accurate. The 5s are cleaner, but you got some hiccupy hallucinations. And I've noticed that in the past, you know. And here's the original. It's even imitated the, you know, that drum turbulence in the beginning. But the final one didn't do that. Ba, ba, ba. Very good, Suno. It's time for you to rest. I'll give you a rest for a few hours. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoy this. Seen me work in this tool. If you've enjoyed it, smash the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers for a reason. There's a reason. Everything under the sun has a reason. And the reason why I'm trying to get to the 5,000 mark is I have a gift for the subscribers. So if you want to be in on this, you definitely want to subscribe. I'm going to be launching a drum machine for my subscribers. And it's going to be a drum machine that incorporates some melodic aspects and also some bass. And it's cooking. And hopefully in the next few days, I'll have that. The whole idea is to give people more creativity. So, you know, for people who say, that's not yours, you didn't create it and all that, I'm going to give people at least something they can create compositions with. You know, it's going to be a drum machine and it's going to have chordal ability. And hopefully this will give people some new ideas, things that they can play with, bring into Suno, take into other tools, and feel more in control, you know, as composers. Okie dokie, my friends. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. As always, remember to hit that Suno website if you haven't already. You know, I truly believe that Suno is like the best tool that we have right now. There are many tools in the world of of music, but Suno is definitely, in my mind, the best right now, and we got to support Suno. If we want Suno to be around, we want to support them. We want to show them some love. Get those, I don't work for Suno. Let me preface by saying I don't work for them. Don't know anybody there. Just love the tool. So show your love and support them, and hopefully we can continue having a lot of fun like this, just creating in this awesome place. All right? Okay, my friends, you take care. I'll speak to you next time.